Yeah. So, Swizzy. Yo. I'm a mess of type of creep with fucking murder on the mind. But the weapon was a step, I blast a burner to your die. Come and test me like a week and I will hurt you with a knife. Then I stab you with the waist and blood is squirting from the side. I am worse than they got enough to kill with no remorse. You be tangled from your ankles before I kill you with a sword. Man, I sneak up in the boat to fucking steal you what I bought. Then I set your ass on fire just to see your body score. You better watch your fucking mouth when you are talking about the grip. Or get sprayed up with the gun until you're choked out by the pig. Dog, I walk into your grip and bring the water you right there. Better hammer like a floor to blood and forest everywhere. You be ready to right the chest when you get wet up by the tech. You ain't dead for more than 11, disconnect just by the neck. I got kitty in my blood, bitch, there's nothing you can do. Man, these was got my back and we be coming after you. What?
It's in my blood to be a killer, don't test me. Cocking aim steady, my precision is deadly. Bomb first, ask questions after it's over. Body bags, a few shovels in the back of the rover. Bring it to anybody who want it. Massacre your whole staff, walk in the precinct and tell them I done it. So lay down on the floor and get to praying, cause ain't no telling who I'm hitting when I get to spraying.
Oh shit! Woo!
Hell
I'm
yeah.
I'm feeling that music, son. Feeling that music. What's up with spitting them bars, son? Cryptik Soul in the house.
Yo, I was feeling that intro, man.
You feeling that? You like that? Yeah, I got you. Spitting them bars, son. Representing hip hop, the real hip hop, not the bullshit. That's right. We got here. Yeah, we got here in the Movie Dojo chat. We got the Movie Dojo Army watching right now. 16 badasses watching right now. Soon it'll be more than that. They slowly like to trickle. They like to trickle in like ninjas. You know what I'm saying? Like to sneak in. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is great. It's an honor to have you two badasses on the show today. That's right. We got martial artist, stuntman, actor, Cryptik Soul, Jay in the house. That's right. Yeah, and we got the Master Marquez. That's how you say it. It's Master Marquez. That's it. If I don't say Master Marquez, he's going to kill me. It's not going to be good. He's going to whip out the hat, the Kung Lao hat. It's going to split me in half. It's not going to be a good thing. But yeah, Anthony, thank you for you guys showing up today to talk about martial arts movies, action films, both of you's careers. That's right. Video games, all that fun stuff, hip-hop. We're here to have a good time and hang out. Before we get started, let's see who is here already. Got people from the Movie Dojo Army already showing up. If you guys look at the top, it says private chat or comments. So you should be able to click on comments if you guys want to read the comments of people coming in here. We got Mr. King Palma in the house. We got, Director Ranjit in the house. Oh, shit.
What up, Ranjit?
Oh, shit. This is Cryptik Soul, my homie. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. We got Heather Love, I Love Food, Adam Evans, that's right, Phet78, Eric Plantier, Film Combat Syndicate. All right, we got the legendary Lee B. Golden here. He says he's still at work. Man? He says, I'm still at work, and this is live. Cryptik, you're still awake, LOL.
Yeah, I never sleep.
This cat doesn't sleep.
He doesn't.
I get this guy all the time. It's like, dude, it's like 24 hours. Like,
Hey, I'm always on my hustle, man. You know what I mean?
Hustling.
Hey, that's how you got to do it. That's how you got to do it. Asian movie enthusiasts in the house. Oakley Farmer. Oh, shit. All the badasses slowly trickling in right now. All right. It's great to have you both here. We can go ahead and start with Master Marquez. Excuse me, sir. Martial arts master. I was reading your bio a little bit, and you actually won a martial arts tournament. Do you want to talk about your martial arts background, what motivated you to get into martial arts, and talk about the tournament and all that? And now you're teaching a school now, which is amazing. It's awesome. You got to spread that badassity around. Spread the knowledge. Teach these younglings, you know what I'm saying? You know, show them the wisdom, show them what real life is all about. So, but I'll give you the floor. How'd you get into martial arts and all that?
Oh, just like everybody else. You know, I was 4 years old. I was at my uncle took me to a movie. It was a double feature. One was I was in the Philippines. The first movie was a monster movie or whatever, and then the second movie, there's this Chinese cat walks into the Japanese karate school, whoops everybody.
Oh,
and
brilliant!
Like, oh my God, what am I watching? And it was Bruce Lee, Chinese Connection. It's like that's
it.
what I want to do.
That's me.
That's my life is patterned after that guy.
Oh,
And
that's amazing.
That was that was the introduction into martial arts.
Nice. That is amazing. That so how what is your styles that you know?
Sure. I started out in traditional Chinese kung fu, 7-star praying mantis. Did other martial arts after that, and then I started training in competitive wushu.
Nice.
Trained here in the United States. Trained in China, and then from that point, I branched off into boxing, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, like mixed martial arts. But Chinese martial arts, especially, as if there's a special place in my heart, it is Chinese martial arts.
Nice.
Traditional kung fu and competitive wushu. So,
Beautiful. What year was it when you became champion?
this was 1996. What do you
All
think
right.
of that?
Hey.
So back in the last century. So
Oh yes, and that is awesome. Go ahead.
all like all the Mortal Kombat cats. Me, Danny, Johnny Cage, Ho Sung, Liu Kang, Kano, Rich, and Carlos, who is Raiden. We all grew up together. We all did martial arts together.
Oh, nice.
Ho Sung and I trained in China together, so it's very much, it's very much a Liu Kang and Kung Lao relationship that we have.
Nice.
And
the Shaolin
we all,
monks. That's right.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then we all competed in martial arts tournaments together. We did Mortal Kombat together, Ninja Turtles, all of those things. And now here I am hanging out with you guys.
Hey, that's it. That's how we do it. We got to represent. That's what this channel's all about. We got to represent martial arts, action films, badass, awesome people that come on the show to hang out with the old samurai, and we talk about things that we love. And we'll get to the hip-hop part when we get down to the little homie down there, Cryptik Soul, who knows every single martial arts style in the world.
Ah.
You check out his Instagram page, guys, just flying around.
I was looking at his bio. I was like, okay, we're still going here. We're still going. All right, he knows this. Oh my goodness. We're just gonna call you little Goku now. You're just Goku.
It's a little script, yeah? It's like a script, man. It's a scroll.
But yeah, it's awesome, Anthony. You work with Ho Sung Pak because he's pretty badass too. For you martial arts movie fans out there, Ho Sung Pak fought against Jackie Chan in Drunken Master 2, aka Legend of Drunken Master. He had a really great fight in that. That's really awesome. But let's get into it, man. That's awesome that you were inspired by Bruce Lee, became a badass martial artist yourself, became a champion. That's right, son. Represent. And then got into the video game industry. So how did Mortal Kombat 2 come about?
Oh, so again, like we all grew up together, and Danny and Rich and Carlos were friends with John Tobias, one of the lead artist and co-creator of Mortal Kombat.
Gotcha.
And so then they started working on, John Tobias approached them, and the legend is, they're going to work on this video game. And then Danny asked, I was supposed to play the ninjas. We're getting ready to shoot the ninjas or whatever. And then I broke my foot in the weight room, and so I missed out on being the ninjas. But I didn't care. It's like, oh yeah, they're working on a video game, whatever. And then all of a sudden, that video game is Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
And it's blowing up around the world. It's like, are you freaking kidding me? I didn't get a chance to play in Mortal Kombat. And then Mortal Kombat 2 rolls around, and John Tobias.
It was huge.
Yes, and he's looking for another Shaolin monk character to pair up with Liu Kang. It's like, dude, I am not missing my opportunity this time. And
it's brilliant.
So that's how I got into it.
That's brilliant. So how was the motion captured you, like with the blue screen? How did this work?
Yeah. So in Mortal Kombat 1, Mortal Kombat 2, and Mortal Kombat 3, we were in costume. We stood in front of a blue screen, and they shot us punching and kicking and flipping and all of that good stuff. And then they digitized those images, and that's what you guys are playing. That's what everyone's playing in Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, and Ultimate. and by Mortal Kombat 4, they moved to the those tracking suits with the balls on the joints.
Gotcha.
And they moved to the motion capture technology from that point. And I worked on Mortal Kombat 4, and then
all right.
And then it's like I don't know if you guys remember Menudo. There's just a group, you age out of Menudo, and they recycle, they bring in new cats or whatever.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Eventually, my son started doing motion capture for like Mortal Kombat 9, Mortal Kombat 10.
Oh, how awesome is that?
So it is very much a legacy thing for my family.
How awesome is that? I see you looking badass right here. That's right. Yeah, the actress there that played Sonya, she posted a photo of herself. She's like 50 or past 50, and she still looks the same.
Oh my God! You look at her. You look at Carrie, and seriously, I don't know if I'm looking at a current picture or an old picture with her. She's incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, Mortal Kombat, I'll never forget it. Oh, by the way, chat and everybody watching, if you don't know, if you're not in the know, we are celebrating Mortal Kombat Week. That's right, because we got the original OG Kung Lao here, son, and the movie comes out Friday, so we're gonna celebrate Mortal Kombat Week, son. That's how you gonna. You don't know what you're gonna get on the Samurai Show. What's up?
That was the toilet break, right?
I had to throw that in to make you guys laugh. But yeah, celebrating Mortal Kombat Week, and we'll give your thoughts on. You guys will give your thoughts later. Towards the end of the video, what you guys think about, or what your expectations are for the next movie. So, which comes out Friday this weekend. We will be reviewing it here on the Movie Dojo. But yeah, that is awesome that you got in the industry, looking like a straight OG badass here. Kung Lao was just really one of the most badass characters in the game. And I was played as Liu Kang and Kung Lao and Scorpion. Those are my favorite three there. And it's awesome that your son's continuing the tradition. Yeah. So a little bit, I know it's Mortal Kombat Week, but how'd you get into Ninja Turtles 3?
So all of this stuff is the same stuff. Again, we're all, we all train together. We're all competing together. Ninja Turtles came up, and Hosung and Danny worked on Ninja Turtles 2. And my son was born right at that point, and there's no way that I would leave at that point to work on Ninja Turtles 2. And then Ninja Turtles 3 came up, and it's like, again, I am not missing my opportunity this time.
Right.
So, what did that called? I sent my my VHS tape to Pat Johnson, who is the fight choreographer and stunt coordinator.
That's another legend.
Yes, and then all of a sudden I'm on a plane to the West Coast to shoot Ninja Turtles 3. So that's how that happened.
That's awesome. And looks like you're playing Leo here. Did you only play Leo?
So I did. I was a stuntman on the movie, and I did utility stunts. I did fight stunts. I got to suit up as Leonardo to do stunts as Leonardo. There's a whole bunch of people that make up a turtle. And, there's the actor turtle. There's the lead fight turtle, who was, for Leo was Larry Lamb, another great martial artist.
Yeah.
And then there's the animatronica guys, and then there's the stunt guys. And, so that's the role that I played. I did some martial arts, did some stunt work.
Right.
They needed me, to fight. Sometimes they needed me to run into a burning building. Sometimes I needed to, get thrown in a river.
All fun stuff, all good stuff, all stuff that Cryptik Soul is experiencing now.
Yeah. I'm anti stunt double.
New generation of cats that are getting thrown into walls, fighting. burning, whatever it happens to take. You know.
Yeah. That's an everyday life, man. You know what I mean?
How heavy was those suits? Was it tough fighting in those?
No, so the suits, the shell was about 30 pounds. The suit itself is probably it starts out at about 20 pounds, but you're sweating it's like this thick of latex, and you're sweating in it all day, and so you could very easily make that suit weigh another 10 or 15 pounds
Gotcha.
because it just soaks up sweat, and so you're constantly trying to hydrate.
Right.
And so it just soaks up your sweat. So and then they put it in a dryer every day.
Right.
How did you see out the helmet?
Oh, so just like okay, so you have the mask, right? And right underneath the mask there are like little slits right underneath the mask, and that's what you saw out of. So,
okay.
And, so you can't see, you can't hear, you can't breathe, and you can't move. But then, and Jay could speak about this too. You can't do anything, but then, the fight choreographer, the director, they want you to do something, and if you're not going to do it, they're going to find another cat to do it. So,
Right.
as far as I can do it.
Hey, I could definitely relate to that.
Yeah. And definitely one of the main positive that everyone can agree on with Ninja Turtles 3 is that everyone was happy that it went back to the grounded fighting. It went back to the fighting aspect.
Yeah.
Because the second one, we had to dumb it down for kids. It was just, no nunchucks. Michelangelo's got sausages, combat cold cuts. You know what I mean? Because it was too, a lot of people said the first movie was too violent. I was so happy, at least with 3, the fighting came back, which was great. So that's awesome that you were part of that.
So to tell you the truth, none of us were involved in the first Ninja Turtle. Okay.
Right.
And I saw that movie and it's like, oh my God, this thing is great. And then Danny and Ho Sung went to go work and Rich. I'm sorry, Danny, Ho Sung, and Rich, Kano, Liu Kang, and Johnny Cage went to go work on the second movie. And I was so excited to see this. It's like, oh my God, I know these cats. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
And I thought that movie was a piece of garbage. Okay, it is what it is. And then it's Ho Sung and I who are working on Ninja Turtles 3, and it's like, oh yeah, now we're back in Japan, everything's gonna be, and then it's like, I fully believed in myself. I knew, I believed in Ho Sung, and then the other cats, Larry Lamb, Stephen Ho, everybody else was like, oh, this is gonna, blow it out the water. I can't watch that movie. That movie's a piece.
Yeah.
That's a bigger piece of garbage. The best Ninja Turtle movie was the first Ninja Turtle movie. That thing, with Ernie Reyes, and he was a turtle suit at that point. That thing was awesome. I love that one.
Yeah. Well, that's why I said that's the positive thing that people talk about Ninja Turtles 3. But that's still awesome. You got, you got a chance to play a Ninja Turtle in a movie. How cool is that?
Yeah. No.
You know what I mean? Lee here says, Cryptik soul has the smile of a cheeky 12-year-old who can take you to school.
Hey, I'm still a 12-year-old, man.
Director Ranjit says, Brother Anthony, have you ever done a fatality on anyone in real life? Shh. Don't answer them.
Okay.
Oh, man. Sexy Sumo says, I bet Anthony can toss Captain America's shield like a boss.
Dude. I'm sitting outside my gym right now because it's too noisy to do this in the gym. But if anybody knows me, you guys know there's a Captain America shield in my gym. There's a Captain America shield in my house. I'm a huge Captain America fan.
Yeah. Nice. Ranjit says, ask Jay how he felt when he was getting thrown around and exiled. Uh-oh. Go ahead. Was that rough?
Nah, man, it was peachy, man. It was like, a walk in the park, like,
Yeah.
No. I mean, it's all part of the job. It was nice. I mean, everything was controlled, and like everything was choreographed well. And the other actor, Nick, he was I mean, it looked like it was rough, but everything like was, you know, really controlled. So it was more in his hand. I was just more or less reacting to,
right.
basically how he's throwing me.
Shout out to Nick Blade Khan. Shout out.
Numbnut.
Numbnut. AKA Numbnut. Don't kill me, Nick. Don't kill me. But yeah, we'll get into Exile a little bit later too as well. But yeah, Anthony, that's pretty awesome because Mortal Kombat 2, I'll never forget it when I went to the arcade one day and Little Samurai walked in the arcade and he looked to the right and there was this huge crowd of kids and teenagers around one arcade cabinet. Big crowd. And I was like, what's going on over there? So I walked over there and saw Mortal Kombat, and I was blown away by the graphics, and I was blown away by the violence and everything. I was just like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life, you know. But it was a phenomenon. And Mortal Kombat 2 really, you know, a lot of people consider this like the best game for this era, you know. When Mortal Kombat 2 came out, everybody was playing Kung Lao, everybody was playing Scorpion, you know. Everyone said, oh, fuck the first game. The second game's, you know, they love that second game. It's very dear to a lot of people.
What made the second game the shit though? It was like it was the jokes that they actually put in there. You know, with the toasty dude, like, you know what I mean?
Toasty.
The toasty, the penalty. Yeah.
That's why in the intro to this live stream, I had to throw in the friendship. I had to throw in the friendship. Kung Lao pulling a rabbit out of the hat. You know, I had to throw, you know, babality and all that stuff. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it's just an overall. It was a phenomenon. It's still a phenomenon. The Mortal Kombat games are just as hot today, you know, as they were then. And now we got this new movie coming out. But before,
you know, we're almost 30 years in.
Yeah.
And you know, a new Mortal Kombat movie. You know, last year the Mortal Kombat 11 or whatever. You know, the franchise is still going strong. So I'm really happy and really honored to be just part of that community.
Awesome. Yeah, it's awesome. But before we move on to Brother Soul here and talk about Cryptik in the house, I got to show this to chat. I came across this and I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. So, you as Kung Lao is playing Kung Lao in a live band called Kung Lao and the Scorpions. So this is like the greatest thing ever. So I need to see this. So you got to let's talk about that.
Okay, so you know, just like you know, I love karaoke. I love drinking. I love singing.
It's
just
fun.
Like, yes, and so it's like, you know what? At one point, like, yeah, this is all cool and all, but now I want to, you know, a band. I'm gonna become a rock star. You see, and then it just became this whole thing where, you know, what does Kung Lao do? Like, you know, you have a tournament once a year, whatever, however many, you know, times you have to save Earth Realm or whatever.
Yeah.
But, you know, you could only train so long. You getting ready for a tournament. Tournaments happen once a year. Kung Lao's got to be doing something.
Right.
And saving the Earth Realm. He's probably in a rock band. This is what he does. And so that was the whole thing that started that.
Oh my God! Do you do tours or?
Yeah, so you know, we do. You know, we're based in Chicago. I'm based in Chicago. So you know, we play music festivals here. We play clubs around here, and you know, eventually we're going to hook up with Jay over here. We're going to do the Asian tour. We're going to do the world tour.
And you guys did a song together, right? You guys collab together, right? How awesome is that? Hey, if you come out here to Cali, hit me up. I'll show up. I'll show up at the concert. I will represent Kung Lao and the motherfucking Scorpions. All right? And Cryptik Soul, son. That's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I came across this. I was like, I have to let the Movie Dojo Army know about this. This is amazing. This is amazing. Now, is there? I know you're up there jamming, but is there any like fight choreography throughout? Does a random ninja jump up there and you like crack his neck and then just go back to the song?
Dude, you can't do a Kung Lao show without martial arts. It is.
Yes. Brilliant. You know, no, I really got to see it now.
I got my 3 section. You can't. It is what it is. Kung Lao is all about martial arts, having fun, and singing.
Yeah, I gotta check it out. But if you come out here, let me know. Hit me up. I'll roll up. I'll promote it. I'll be the promoter.
All right.
Because it's just too much fun, too much badassity that abounds, and also it's not just Mortal Kombat week, but it's martial arts week apparently, because the trailer for Shang-Chi dropped today. I have not seen it yet. Have you guys seen it? I'm gonna do no spoilers, because I'm gonna do a trailer reaction for the channel later tonight. The Marvel's new martial arts film, The Master of Kung Fu, Shang-Chi. Have you guys seen that yet?
Kung Fu, yes. Yeah.
Okay, without spoiling it for me, what are your thoughts since I got you guys here? What do you think of it?
I'll let Anthony go first.
Can't wait. I was a big Marvel fan. I was a big, Shang-Chi fan. So
Nice.
yeah. That's
all right.
That's all I can say about, that's all I'll say about that. How about that?
Okay, cool. Cryptik.
Well, I'm excited for the film to come out. Don't get me wrong, and obviously, like, it's nice to see Marvel put, like, Asian on the map and have like an Asian dude as a hero. But there are other stuff that I want to talk about. Like about Shang-Chi as well, but not about the trailer, but about the character himself.
Okay, sure. We talk about it right now. Go for it.
Yeah, I mean, like, going back, like, to like back in the days. Okay, like when Shang-Chi wore like the red, like, karate looking gi.
Yeah.
And he had like the barefoot with a Rambo thing on his head, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the thing is, the problem I had with that was, I mean, like don't hate me, like, everyone on this who's watching now, but Shang-Chi I have respect for, but like the whole idea, like the person who created Shang-Chi, it just feels as if like you got lazy with him.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I mean, like, you see people like Blade, okay? Like, even though Blade, like, he had like the green jacket, the fat afro and everything, I mean, they made him look sick, like, as the Wesley Snipes Blade.
Yeah.
He had like all the tattoos and everything going on. But then Shang-Chi, I mean, he looks better than what it was from the comic, I mean, from the trailer. But when you watch the trailer, it's kind of like, I don't know, it has this sort of, like, you're watching a Jet Li movie kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, like when you watch Blade, it's Blade, and it's going to be something fantasy like going on, or like when you watch like Black Panther.
Okay.
But then when you watch like something like Shang-Chi, I know there's going to be some other stuff like going on in there, but like from what you see, it just feels as if like it's just going to be a martial art kind of
like. So I think what you're trying to say is that it looks a little tad generic. Is that what it is? I haven't seen it yet. I'm just throwing it out. Is it like it looks good, but a little generic at the same time, or?
I say the character himself, like not in the film, but I'm just saying the comic character.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Like they could have done so much with them. I mean, like, look, you see Wolverine in like in Marvel. You look at like Captain America, or you look at like some other people. Like they have such like cool powers, and then like you give like an Asian dude, like a Chinese dude, like who grew up on the mountains, and then he knew martial arts, and then he became like part of the Heroes for Hires and stuff.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? It just, I don't know. It just doesn't really like fly by me, like, you know what I mean?
So you're not a fan of the character. You're like
no. I mean, I'm not down with the whole how they created the character.
Gotcha.
If you know what I'm saying, because I'm saying like if he knew martial arts and he can take on the whole world and he can protect like people and this and that, then me and Anthony can do that because we know martial arts.
Right.
Yeah. Can I jump in here real quick?
Sure.
Yeah. So okay. So I totally agree with everything that Cryptik just said. In the being around that time period, he would it looks silly. The karate gi, walking around New York City barefoot with the the bandana or whatever.
Yeah.
It was the 70s. It was, to even have that character in comics at the time, it was all about the exploitation and the kung fu exploitation. So it is what it is. When they moved a little bit farther, like in the late 70s and early 80s, they changed that character, and then he was he worked for MI6. and so now he's like, you know, a spy or whatever. And I thought he looked better then, because then Mike Zeck, the artist, started basing his stuff off of, like, especially like the covers, off of like Bruce Lee pictures. So
Oh, okay.
a little bit more to Bruce Lee. But what Jay's talking about in today's the trailer, there's something like, you know, whether it's like when you're looking at Bruce Lee, it's like, oh, you know, it's a Bruce Lee movie or whatever, or Jet Li. Oh my God, you know, did you watch Once Upon a Time in China, or Once Upon a Time in China 2, or, you know, Wong Fei Hung, or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Donnie Yen, you know, it's like, oh my God, you know, you see a Donnie Yen movie and you're excited because it's Donnie Yen or Bruce Lee or Jet Li. There was something about today's trailer where, I don't know about you, Jay, but it didn't, like, you know, that excitement that, like, oh my God, it's a Bruce Lee movie, or it's a Jet Li movie, or it's a Donnie Yen movie.
Like, it just looks like a martial art film, right?
Oh, I gotcha.
Like an action film.
Yeah, but not a, oh my God, let's get behind Jet Li, or let's, you know, like, yeah, that's Bruce Lee, that's Jet Li, that's, you know, Donnie Yen, whoever your big star is. And I don't know, you know, maybe it'll be, I don't know, but, you know,
fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. It's badass.
But you know what? But as well, like, I mean, like, talking about the comics as well, it really got to me though. Like, you know, like back in the 70s, like, I mean, they made Shang-Chi, like, you know, he looked like the Simpsons. You know what I mean? So
there's no argument about that.
like, dude, man, he looked like he was part of the Minions. Like, you know what I mean? So that's what I can say, man.
Copy that. Well, like I said, fingers crossed. Hopefully it's good. I'll do a trailer reaction tonight. I'm always honest. So if it is just, this is all I hope. This is my only hope. We always want things to be awesome and better, stuff that we like, right? But I just at least hope it's better than Iron Fist, because Iron Fist pissed me off. Iron Fist pissed me off so much that I didn't even bother watching season 2. So I don't know if people tell me season 2 is better, but I was so mad that they botched Iron Fist, and so mad that he's the immortal Iron Fist and he couldn't get his fucking fist to work. So I was so pissed. Even in the Defenders, I was mad at that character. I was like, Jesus Christ. Is this guy going to learn how to do his powers by now? Like, Jesus. So I'm hoping that the Shang-Chi movie will at least be better than Iron Fist. If it's better than Iron Fist, I'll be happy. So, but hopefully it's cool. Hopefully it's badass. So fingers crossed for that. But let's get to Cryptik Soul. Oh, you had one more thing. Go ahead, Anthony. Go ahead.
Oh, just real quick. Yeah, especially in Defenders. Okay, so everybody, you know, Luke Cage, you know, bulletproof, super strong. Jessica Jones, you know, super strong and, you know, kind of an asshole, but, you know, whatever. Daredevil, you know, he's a blind ninja or whatever. And this is the immortal Iron Fist, you know, the protector of K'un-Lun. Yeah. But he got his ass whooped by Daredevil. What's the point? You know, outside of everything else, he's not even the best martial artist on their team. Everything about that was.
I was so mad. I was just like, dude. And I'll never forget sitting down watching Defenders with my wife, and I turned and looked at her, because you know me, I'll fanboy out. If they made a movie with you two fighting, I'll fanboy. I was like, oh shit, Cryptik Soul versus Anthony Marquez. I gotta watch this fight. This is amazing, right? So I'm sitting here watching the Defenders with my wife, and I turn and look at her, and I said, babe. She's like, what's up? I was like, Daredevil is fighting Iron Fist right now, and I don't give a shit.
Yep.
I said, that's really bad. Because usually, I'd be like, oh shit, Daredevil versus Iron Fist, this is awesome. I was just like, I don't care. Yeah. So, Sexy Sumo says it's going to scratch the action itch. Yeah, all right, Sumo, I trust you when I watch the trailer later. We shall see. But yeah, as long as it's better than Iron Fist. Useless Fist, that's what I named him. Useless Fist. Because, you know, when you imagine the immortal Iron Fist brought from the comics to live action, I'm sure the first image is a guy holding his fist going, come on! And that actually happened. in
I
the
swear,
Defenders.
This never happened.
But thanks for Cryptik coming in there, telling it like it is. Hopefully,
No, I mean, like,
because we want
don't
better.
get me wrong. I mean, I do have respect for Shang-Chi and stuff, but it's just
Yeah.
it's the history that came along with it. It's just,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Kind of cliche, kind of generic. Yeah. But Anthony, it kind of sounds like they improved over time, like the comics from what you're telling me.
And it could very easily be
Different writers.
Yeah, but it did improve. When he moved away from the red Karate Gi, and the color was Cryptik is spot on this. It was a Simpsons character.
You know what gives me jokes about Shang-Chi though? He wore like a gi that was bright red, and then you know what I mean? He was bright yellow, and it's just how can he even be a ninja or whatever, trying to hide in the dark or anything? It's just bro, you're right there, like you're wearing the brightest clothing.
Right. You're right. Oh, we got Sci-Fi Century in the house. He says, Anthony Marquez, old school Kung Lao badass. He was telling me the other day, he's like, man, Kung Lao was my favorite character I used to play all the time. I was like, well, you better tune in tonight because we got the man on here tonight talking movies, video games, all this fun stuff. But let's go ahead and get into it with Cryptik Soul. Finally got you on the show, my friend, my brother. Yeah. Yeah, let's get to it here. So again, we've spoken a little bit over Facebook because you found me through Ranjit, Mara, another legend who's directing Exile, The Chosen Ones. Bam, boom. That's right. Got to remind chat, everybody watching right now. Look at that, some badassity. That's too much badassity in the poster. The poster's going to explode.
It's too much, man.
It's too much.
You're gonna end up having a burst blood vessel from just looking at it.
And so I'm really excited to watch that. I can't wait to watch it. And I know Ranjit in the future, him and Sonny Pang, shout out to Sonny Pang, son, are going to come on the channel, and we're going to talk about the movie probably a little bit before it comes out, hopefully, if that works out, because I know you guys are crazy busy. You filmmakers. You guys are insane busy. But yeah, reading up a little bit on your bio, Jay, is really fascinating, man. Like, it's really, really fascinating, and just, I don't want to talk about it too much because you're here. You're here. I'll let you talk about it. It's probably better that chat hears it from the man himself. But it's very inspiring. You got involved with some knuckleheads. It wasn't going your way. You decided, what, I need to, change my life and think more positively and go on a path, and you got involved with hip hop and you got involved with, you've been doing martial arts your whole life, but you get involved with the industry now, and you're working your way up the ranks, and soon you're going to be in Exile, The Chosen Ones. And it's very inspiring hearing stories like yours. It makes me want to, maybe I need to fucking work out. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I need to stop complaining about bullshit, Maybe I just need to start being thankful for things. You know what I mean? And it's a very inspiring story, man. And I don't want to just tell your story. I have you here if you want to tell us a little bit about your history, where you started from and where you are now. I think Movie Dojo Army would really appreciate that, and the viewers watching. Go ahead.
Yeah, cool. Just like brother Anthony, I started martial arts from watching Bruce Lee, Jet Li, Van Damme.
Yeah.
And I literally grew up on all the 80s styles movie, and being a puny skinny kid, back in the days, used to get picked on by a lot of people at school. So I just thought, why the hell not learn martial arts and try and beat up the bullies. But, obviously, I went on the path of the righteousness anyway. Yeah. But, I just thought, you know what I mean? Learn martial arts and try and stand up for myself. And I ended up, learning Taekwondo.
Nice.
Done ITF and WTF. And then I moved on to doing kickboxing. And then after like I moved on to doing boxing, doing weapons, different hand-to-hand combat, learning kung fu, and just basically a mix of everything.
Yeah, like I said, every style. Every style in the world, Cryptik knows. I'm just messing with you. But it kind of seems like
and with like doing film work as well is good as well, because like you normally meet like different people teaching you certain things like for a specific character that you're playing. So you're more or less like just picking up everything from everyone.
Right. And like my sensei that taught me martial arts for a short while. I wish I could continue taking martial arts, but life happens and I had to move and find a new job and all that stuff. So I would love to get back into it. Maybe you guys can show me a little something on the side, Facebook videos, teach me some stuff, get me back into it. But yeah, he always said that, we never stop learning, Even he said that about himself. You never stop learning, no matter what trade you're in, no matter how long you've been doing it, even if you become a seasoned veteran to a master, you'll always learn something new every day. And that's inspiring. But yeah, let's get back to your story. So another thing I was reading about you was, your love for hip hop, and you're winning all these freestyle battles and all this stuff, and you met all these other hip hop artists, D12 and stuff like that. But I already knew, I was like, all right, I have to adopt him as my nephew now because I'm old and I can do that. But I was like, okay, he inspired from, he had a whole list of rappers, he inspired by Tupac, B.I.G., Big Pun. I was like, yeah, he's my nephew now. He doesn't know it yet, but yeah, I'm adopting him now.
Hey, what up, Unc, man? What up, Unc?
Yeah. So let's get into the hip hop side, man. What happened?
With the story that like you were saying about me getting into a bad crowd.
Yeah.
During the adolescent stage, I was introduced to the wrong kind of people, and as I was being influenced by hip hop, now I grew up on stuff like Tupac, like what you said, Tupac, Big Pun, NWA, Dre, Snoop, and you need to understand back in the days, like those type of music, like they normally show guns, violence, and this and that, and everything was cool. So obviously, being a young kid soaking all this in, I just thought like, maybe like I need to be somewhat kind of like that to be cool, kind of thing. And I got myself like mixed up like with gangs, guns, drugs, all that, and when something bad happened to me, because obviously like you don't always stay on top, like being whatever. So something happened to me, I got really beaten up, and knowing that like I'm still here, it kind of like made me like realize that maybe like I'm destined to do something else apart from doing this kind of
That's
thing.
Right.
So I went on the journey of like the martial arts and the music, and I just dived right in and just went onto the rap battling thing. And funny you showing this picture as well, because like how I started off like from doing hip hop. I started doing dancing first before I messed up my left knee.
Oh, all right.
So the doctor said like I couldn't really do any martial arts or movements or this and that. Well,
Boom. There you go.
They could only, but that's what I'm saying. They could only tell you what they think,
right.
It's right for you. But look, you can see from the picture, like I give a shit anyway. I just can't.
Yeah, look at you now. I'm already tired just looking at this. I didn't even do the kick. I'm just tired of looking at this because it's just like it's insane. Yeah. So but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So I just done the whole rap battling thing. Went out to the States. Got hooked up with my boy Jin, the guy that was signed to Rough Riders, and we started, just doing it from there. Like I mean, like just freestyling back and forth, like to people on the street or whether at like events, And then I basically took the whole idea of like, oh, put Asian people on the map in hip hop, because like at that time, like at the mid 90s to the early 2000s, it was quite rare to actually see an Asian people, like to see an Asian person to represent hip hop or do anything within music. So at that time, during the early 2000s, there was a thing called Jump Off TV, and it was a rap battling contest. And I just thought, like, hey, look, if Jin's doing it over there, like in the US with BET, I'm gonna try over here with the Jump Off. Did my thing, got recognized, and then I did a couple of rap battle tournaments, got my name out there. And then after, I just thought, like, wait, hold up, like, I mean, if I can do this, and people are listening now, then let me try and like work with people that's kind of like my pioneers in the game. So I started mixing with like different groups, like say like Sons of Man or Killer Army. These are like affiliates to the Wu-Tang. And then I started doing stuff with them, started doing stuff with like A+, doing stuff with like what you said, D12, Slaughterhouse, and the list just goes on. And then I just thought, like, hey, look, if people are really giving me respect like this, because whether I do have skill or whether they just see me as an Asian dude doing it, I mean, either way, I'm just gonna kick the doors out. And
nice.
On my journey, I met like Anthony, and Anthony gave me a spot on the song, and I never looked back.
Nice. And now, and then you had like small. Well, first because you're stationed in London, correct?
Right.
But then you went to Hong Kong, right? At some point.
Yeah, in 2012, I went over to Hong Kong to actually, like, let me take it further back.
Sure.
Around 2010, should be 2009 or 2010, I started up a company called Three Guys, and Three Guys was a small little collective where we were doing martial art photography and just action still images. And what we were doing back then, we were kind of pushing the boundary by using no CGI, no wire work, no stunt double,
right,
and full contact in one photo. So like we were literally getting beaten up and this and that, just all for the sake of, like, what I mean, what we love.
Art.
And the art. And we thought at that time, we can't do it in London, because obviously London, it wasn't really popping off, and we just thought, why don't we just take it over to Hong Kong? Because like we set up a website, and then the website kind of showed us like, where people were tuning in from. And a lot of people were tuning in from the US, but there was more people tuning in from Asia. So we just thought, like, okay, let's just pack our bags. Let's go over to Hong Kong and let's see what happens from there. And in Hong Kong, when we got there, me and the photographer guy, we ended up working for like an independent film company. And the cat that was running the company, he was a bit of a shady dude. He was very shady. Okay, and he ended up like being on the news and everything. We'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
And we didn't know best, because like at the end of the day, we were just like fresh off a boat and we was in someone else's playground. So we didn't know the rules, we didn't know nothing. We just thought like, hey, look, let's just pack our bags and go. And we got into so much shit in this one, man, because like we literally stepped on shit and we couldn't even scrape this one off at that time in Hong Kong.
Oh, wow.
And this dude that we worked for, like he had a really bad rep, and we did not know this.
Yeah.
And we only saw that, like, we have respect for the art and we have respect for martial arts and filmmakers and this and that. We didn't care less about what they have done. We just thought okay, let's show our respect and be humble about what we're doing, and then basically work our way up. But we just basically started off like with someone really shit.
Oh man.
And this dude like ended up using us like in every way possible. And this guy, like, he ended up like, he had a bad rep for basically date raping people.
Yikes.
And doing the backroom test.
Yeah.
And I kind of found out like later on, like, I mean, like, there were certain people telling us, like, you know, this dude like that you're working for, he's a bit bad and blah 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 blah. But we chose not to see it because we just thought like, oh, maybe these people are just hating on him or whatever. Like, just don't listen, just focus on what we need to do. Don't give a shit about what other people are saying. Just carry on climbing that ladder.
Right.
But we didn't know that, like, on the way up climbing that ladder, that he just kept on stepping us, like, you know, stepping on us and keeping us down.
Gotcha.
When we knew that, like, we had the ability to reach higher, he's always like just, I don't know, just throwing water on us and just like basically dumbing us down. And after that, I mean, from that, I'm not gonna say like he's completely bad. I mean, like, in a way, from that experience, I mean, like, not him as a guy, but from that, it did open doors to Donnie Yen and other people. And then from there, I kind of took the opportunity to really like latch on to Donnie and work with him for.
Yeah, how awesome was that? How was it working with Donnie?
For me, it was more like it was like school.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. I mean, like, even though I knew what I knew, like, when I went like under him and being mentored and seeing how he works, it was more or less, it's like martial arts 101.
Right.
Because what you see like in film work, and Anthony knows what I'm talking about as well. When you work in film work and you're doing martial arts in film, it's a different ball game to what we do know in real life.
Yeah.
And the thing is like you have to relearn how to kick, how to react, how to swing a kick, and you can't do like the normal kicks that you normally learn. Because you like on film, you have to go bigger, you have to go wider, you have to. You know, instead of like doing short punches, you need to swing the whole punch through.
Right.
You know what I mean? Okay. So everything was like I had to relearn everything again. And learning under Donnie, it was good because like I already knew some of the stuff that he was doing because I was analyzing a lot of like his camera work, his choreography. So being under him, I kind of like I say I knew 45 to 50% of what like he wanted to teach me. So the rest was more or less like he was teaching me about lighting, camera works, you know, certain locks and moves, and you know how to basically choreograph like a whole group of people.
Nice.
So it was nice. I mean, like my first project with him. I mean, I wasn't in the film, but like I was there just learning. It was Iceman 3D.
Right.
So I was there like seeing how he choreographed. Like I'm not sure if you've seen the film anyway, but like
I've seen it.
All right, so there was a scene where there were two Asian dudes like in the alley, and then like there was these two copper dudes like trying to stop like the Pakistani people in the alleyway because they were doing something, right?
Yeah.
And then somehow, like the main bad guy jumps in, and then he basically beats up the policeman, and then he gets taken in by the Asian guys.
Right.
So I was there throughout the whole scene, seeing how that was like done, how the police people were getting beaten up. It sounds bad how I'm saying this, but like how the police were getting beaten up.
Yeah.
And I was also there at the bar scene.
Okay.
Where
they're like fighting in the club or something like that.
Yeah. So it was like the two bad dudes, like trying to approach the lady and basically ask like where Donnie's character is, and then Donnie kind of appears and he does weird stuff like. So I was literally there just seeing how everything was like, you know, broken down like from bit to bit, and how everything was put together. And I was also on the scene as well at the end, you know, where the final fight scene was, like where the bridge.
Okay.
And
nice. So you're getting your feet wet. You're getting your feet wet. You know, you're getting your feet wet and dirty. I guess that both works, right? But that's cool. You know, you're next to the legend, the master. You're learning as you go. And then I mean, I've seen you starring in all these other cool shorts that you have underneath your belt, as well as, you know, being part of some of the behind the scenes of films like Batman Begins and Doctor Strange and some others. If you want to talk about a little bit of that.
Yeah, like the first like this. How is
cool
funny,
is that?
This is really funny though, like with Batman, because like Batman is one of those characters that I really do love. I mean, everyone loves Batman, right? And one day I knew this dude, right? He was like he was way older than me anyway, and he was doing like stunt work in movies in London. And obviously me being a mischievous kid at that time, like running around Chinatown causing mischief, he kind of knew like what I was up to. And then he was like saying to me like, hey, look, man, why not like put that kind of skills into something like that? Like, you know, do stunt work. I'm like, yeah, but who's going to hire me? Who's going to do this and that? So he was like, yo, look, what are you doing on this day at this time? I went, nah, nothing. He was like, look, come here to Chinatown. I'll pick you up. We'll drive to the location. There's a film that's about to shoot. I can't say anything, but let me know if you're down to do a couple of fight scenes and stuff in there. So I thought, yeah, why not? So I went there, and not knowing what the film was. It was so funny though, like not knowing what the film was, and he knew I was a big Batman fan as well, right? So appearing on the set, I was like, yo, like this whole setup looks really sick though. You know, like with the rain and it's really dark and everything. And I'll basically like just go back a little bit. Like I was in the scene where it was like the ninjas coming down, like beating up Batman. So basically,
Nice.
have like Liam Neeson, like he's talking whatever he's talking to Christian Bale, and then he basically bounces, and then like there's these like ninjas that drop down to take him on.
Yeah.
So I was one of them, right? And
all right, how awesome.
it was just funny, man, because like we were all geared up as ninjas, and I was just thinking like, yo, this is kind of cool, like we're in costume and everything. And then when I saw Batman standing right in front of me, I was like, yo, man, wait, we're on a Batman film. No, like, we're on a Batman film. And the guy next to me, this was funny, like, because like you need to understand, I felt like a 5-year-old kid, right? So the guy next to me, he was all professional. He was like, yeah, man, like, this is a Batman movie. He was like, what, you didn't know? So obviously me, I tried to play it off and say, oh yeah, I knew, man, but I'm just saying, like, like I haven't done the scene with Batman yet, like, you know what I mean?
How awesome is that?
So that was the first film that I did, and then the second one that I did like was in Pinewood as well. It was 47 Ronin.
Nice.
And we can skip that film. Good experience, but like we can skip that film.
I love how you just paused there. You're like, it's fun. I don't know if you've seen it. Whenever you get some free time, Cryptik, because I know you're busy, but I don't know if you've seen Is It Really That Bad episode for 47 Ronin. Me and Ranjit talked about it. So have fun with that. There's a lot of comedy in that.
Yeah.
But Doctor Strange
wasn't that bad?
Huh?
Wasn't that
You're
bad?
gonna have to watch the video. I'm not gonna ruin it.
But you have Keanu, right? So big fan of Keanu, right? He's not.
That's no excuse, man. That's no excuse.
You gotta watch the video. I don't want to ruin it.
I mean, if you really want to have a good time, just make sure you watch it when you're drunk.
That's a good point. There we go. Sam and I reviewed that movie. Yeah, that was fun, Ranjit. We need to get you back on here, man, when you're free, and review some more movies. Same with you two. If you guys are free, you want to review some martial arts movies or action films, by all means, hit me up. We'll do it here. We'll do it here. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I mean, let's review Ninja Turtles 3.
Okay, Ninja Turtles 3. Actually, I already did that. Is It Really That Bad episode?
I'm gonna have to go and say yes. That one is really.
Oh, so we're doing it now, yeah?
Like circling back around the crazy thing, whether it's hip hop, whether it's martial arts, like the Wu-Tang Clan, or back in the day, every city has some place like for us in Chicago. There's a McVickers Theater, and you would go over there and would watch 3 kung fu movies for $1.75, and it didn't matter. Like at that point, didn't matter if you're black, white, Asian, Hispanic. We all just hung out in the theater together.
Yes.
There's druggies, there's hookers, there's whatever. But at that point, we're all together. And then whether it's kung fu, whether it's hip hop, we go to you go to break dancing, or you go to like a club and there's a break dancing battle breaks out or whatever. Doesn't matter if you're an Asian cat, black cat, whatever. If you could throw down, you could throw down. That's what it was, and that's what I love about all of this type of stuff. Is when it all comes down to it, for me, I don't care if Cryptik is Asian or black or Hispanic. If he got some skills, he got some skills.
That's
There's
right.
no denying this stuff. Same thing in martial arts. You got skills, and we all just love all this stuff together. And so we're all in the same space together. So that's what I love about all of this stuff.
Nice. Well said, my friend. I'm a mutt. If anyone's wondering, I'm a mutt. Cryptik knows all the martial arts styles. Samurai's everything when it comes to nationalities. There you go. People ask me, "What are you?" I'm like, "Hey, I'm a mutt. I'm a mutant. I'm part of Marvel. I'm an X-Men. I'm an X-Men." But yeah, I mean, still a great, inspiring story. You're on the rise, Cryptik. We will be in your corner, my friend. We will root for your success and yours too, Marquez. That's right. Going out there representing Kung Lao on the road, son.
Hell yeah.
That's right. I feel sorry for if anyone's booing in the front row. I feel sorry because you got that range with that hat.
Doing nothing, bro. We're all in here having a good time. You know, that's all we do. We have a good time, do some martial arts.
Yeah.
Good time. I don't know what you're doing, bro. Because, you know, who doesn't love music? Who doesn't love martial arts? Who doesn't love having a good time? Who doesn't love just let's just all get along and have a good time, and you know, just keep working, get your nose to the grindstone, and just keep working.
Yeah,
That's all you can do. Put the power within your. You know, you have the power in your own hand. You can't wait for somebody else to give you something. Take the power for yourself. Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Have fun and fucking move that ball forward. That's why I love
right.
this one. They represent that. I love it.
Listen to Master Marquez.
Thank you, big bro.
Listen to Master Marquez.
Always do, man. Because if I don't, I'm going to get fatality. Like.
Right now, you're getting friendshipped, so you're okay.
Oh yeah. I'm getting a friendship.
You're getting the friendship right now. Where can everybody get your album?
You can download that on Bandcamp. Sooner or later, sometime this year, I'm going to start moving my music to Spotify and Apple Music. And Amazon Music and all the other music platforms.
Nice.
Because right now I'm kind of working on my second album, and I want to get both of the albums on those platforms. But I don't want to like.
I love this cover here.
Yeah.
This cover is amazing. I love it. It's a little JoJo's Bizarre Adventure inspired here.
Exactly.
Yeah. See.
There's the whole story behind that. Death 13. The producer who actually made that song actually sampled Eternal Ground. Basically, it's a piece of music like from the JoJo Bizarre Adventure Nintendo game.
Oh,
and like we're going really bad because I really like the cartoon as well, and the anime, should I say?
It's great.
Not cartoon. Yeah,
it's great.
And I just basically grew up on that, and I wanted something to represent my childhood, and I basically had the producer to actually sample the music from the game, and then he actually took like a quote like from what JoJo says about in Japanese saying "you're pissing me off" or whatever at the beginning, and then I used the name Death 13, which was the main villain character, like the clown that appears in the dreams. And basically everything is representing like basically JoJo, and what we were talking about there, in the song as well, we were referencing certain things about JoJo as well.
Nice.
So and
great
with
anime.
Great anime, and with the artwork, I kind of designed that myself as well. So I kind of used the same image style, like the same style of drawing, but then I kind of put myself like in the picture, and then I had Cryptik coming out as a stand.
You got the little. I'm assuming you're a little fan of Jason Voorhees.
Oh yeah.
That's my homie right there. You Jason Voorhees shrine over here, statues.
That's a bro, yeah.
Blu-rays. That's right. Yeah. So I'm like, Jay is just scoring points with me. Like music, martial arts, anime.
When it comes to horror films, man, I'm telling you, man, I love that shit to the max.
Hey, this is the channel for that shit. We represent horror. That's right. We're not ashamed. We're not, it's a thriller. No, we represent horror. Anything badass, we talk about it here. So any movie reviews on action, martial arts, or horror you want to do with me, let me know.
Hey, bro, if you want to do the horror ones, man, I'm down. Shit, man, I love all the AT stuff. I love the slashes, the zombies, like you name it. Like I'm on it.
Nice. We will keep in contact. This Thursday, the next Versus episode, we're actually doing Wishmaster versus Warlock. That's right. That's this Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Just a little segue to the movie dojo.
Which one? Which Warlock? The
first one.
No, the Hugh Grant. Visually Grant, right?
The first Warlock.
Yeah.
With Julian Sands, against Wishmaster. So we got 2 supernatural horror films.
Oh, come on, man! You can't mess with the Wishmaster dude, man.
Hey, if you want to be part of Versus, let me know. I can have you on.
I'm on it, man.
All right, we'll talk later. This will be a lot of fun. Sure, this will be great. But yeah, before we talk a little bit, have you guys seen the new Mortal Kombat movie already?
I have not.
Are you not? Are you allowed to not talk about it, or because we don't have to talk about it?
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay. So since it's Mortal Kombat week. All right.
Oh shit, that was a toilet break, yeah?
I had to go again. So, Mr. Master Marquez, have you given Max Huang your blessing?
Yes.
Have you given him your blessing?
Yeah, well, we're Facebook friends. We've communicated over Facebook. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited to see what he brings to the table. Like all of these characters, each generation, each iteration brings something new to the table, and just like him, just like Paulo, before him, just like who else has been a Kung Lao? The Cascos, my son, just keep the legend growing. I love it. And he's a badass martial artist. Ludi Lin's a badass martial artist. So yeah, let's go.
Got some Joe Taslim. I was already excited already. I don't know if you guys see my trailer reaction. I was like fanboying and running around like I was 8 years old. I was like, ah! Unlike Daredevil versus Iron Fist. But yeah, just Joe Taslim announced. Okay, sold. Sub-Zero. Henry Sonata as Scorpion, sold. And it's going to be R-rated, sold. And I saw a little sneak peeky with your boy Kung Lao that got leaked. And I was very satisfied. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to ruin or spoil it. I was very satisfied. I was like, oh, yes. Like, it's going to scratch the action itch. I'm so pumped. That made me, I was like, okay, good. We're in good hands. Like, because it looks like it was going to be violent from that Red Band trailer. So I was already, like, stoked. But that one clip with Kung Lao, oh, my God. I was like, oh, they went all in. It's about how long did we have to wait?
Out of the game. It looked like something out of MK11. So
yeah. I was just like, dude, how long did we have to wait?
No, but it's good that they actually made it brutal, though. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes. Are you excited, Jay?
Yeah, I'm very excited, man. Because I just want to see how they're gonna bring like this Mortal Kombat, their vision of Mortal Kombat to this generation. Because obviously we all grew up on the other Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Right. And the other Mortal Kombat was good as well. Don't get me wrong. Like
95, yes.
Yeah, it has its good and its bad, but like it's still good. But like it's nice to actually see it like being revamped into this generation for the people now. And look how badass he looks like, right?
Yeah.
I want to jack that hat of his, man.
Anthony might beat you to the punch there,
But it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Like for me, it's like whether it's Sugar Hill Gang, whether it's Grandmaster Flash, whether it's Curtis Blow, or whether it's now freaking Jay today. Just because Curtis Blow was 40, 50 years ago now, or 40 years ago, doesn't mean that it's no good. It just means that there's a new generation with new good stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like what you're saying, Anthony. It's like people need to like respect the evolution of it.
Yes. Yeah. Respect. Do your own thing, but still don't forget who came before you. You know what I mean?
Nothing happens today that wasn't built on what happened before. But we can't live in the past. We have to keep moving forward. But know that everything of today was built. Somebody else. You're standing on somebody else's shoulders, and I stood on somebody else's shoulders. Somebody else stands on my, and it just keeps moving. And just I love the past, but have an eye for the future. So Curtis Blow is the past. Jay's the future. One more.
No, it's us, man. We're the future, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. But like, this is what I'm I was just thinking about the new Mortal Kombat movie. Obviously, I'm in. I'm excited. We're gonna review it for the channel. We're gonna go crazy. But here's the thing, though. I'm really actually curious because I don't think they're gonna follow the original movie. I have a feeling something's gonna happen to Liu Kang, and Liu Kang's not gonna win the tournament. I have a feeling we're gonna have some red herrings here. And maybe the new character Cole will win the tournament.
Yeah. Well, so there's all of that stuff. Like, where's Johnny Cage? Why is there Cole? And it seems like the original version of everything, or the original trilogy or whatever, focused on Liu Kang and like the Shaolin and what have you. And now this one seems to be focused maybe on Scorpion and Sub-Zero, but then what's going on with Cole? Who the hell is Cole?
Yeah, it's just like, are we gonna all freak out though? I'm being honest. Are we gonna all freak out watching the movie and Liu Kang gets destroyed? Are our mouths gonna go, holy shit, did that just happen? Or should we expect it? I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Are you okay with Cole winning the tournament and all our favorites die? I don't want everyone to die.
Or maybe him, the new character, could be someone else. But then he was only given that name at the beginning.
Oh,
maybe.
Ah, he's on to something there. Okay.
But that then wouldn't, for me, that wouldn't be respecting the past. If Cole is a new character, let him build his cred. Let him, maybe he doesn't win this tournament. Let him win, the next tournament or whatever.
Yeah. Like set him up. Yeah, he gets defeated, but he doesn't die. He doesn't die. He gets defeated, and then set him up for the next one.
Yeah.
But hopefully they develop him well, so he's not just jobber guy. Hopefully they show him being a badass martial artist. And like, dude, this guy's great, and there is an interesting character there, and a character arc by the end of the movie for him.
Right.
Then we can root for Cole or whoever he is, whether he's Scorpion's son or whatever. But if as much as I am excited for the movie, I'm going to be honest. I might be a little pissed if all our favorite heroes die. Everyone jobs. Kung Lao, Liu Kang, everyone dies horribly, and Cole wins. I might have a little issue with that. I'm just being honest.
Just imagine though. Like, I mean, if it really did happen like that, though,
it'd be ballsy. I give them balls, but I think a lot of fans are going to be pissed.
Man, I'll throw the fucking popcorn at the screen, man.
Yeah, they're gonna boycott the movie now. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, but I don't think they're gonna do it though, because if they want to make sequels, you got to have the classic fighters there, right? At least some of them. Maybe not all of them are going to make it, right? But if they want to do another Mortal Kombat movie, you got to have some. You got to have Kung Lao there. You can't just have Cole and a whole new cast. Cole and Friends, Mortal Kombat 2 coming soon to a theater near you. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm glad you guys are excited. Hopefully it's badass. I wish the original date was still on, that we could get it. We were supposed to get it Wednesday this week, right? Yeah. But they pushed it to Friday.
We're sitting here right now reviewing that movie. So we're gonna have to read for movie review.
Yeah, hey, if after the movie comes out and I review it, we could do a discussion panel and meet up later and talk about the film. Definitely. Spoilers and everything. Spoiler talk.
Oh yeah, like man.
That'll be fun. That'll be all.
We'll dress up as the characters as well, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hint, hint, Master Marquez.
I'll be Johnny Cage.
There you go. You're gonna flip the script. I'll be Jax. Fuck it.
Yeah. I'll be I don't know. I'll be Kano.
There you go. Oh man, but this was a lot of fun, guys. Was there anything else you want to talk about?
This next time let's do some movie reviews, maybe some whatever. Yeah, I gotta go teach.
I know. I'm sorry. I don't want to keep you too long. I didn't keep you too long.
And before Anthony goes as well, just be on the lookout for more music from me and Anthony.
Yes.
Yes.
You can find our art on
yes.
Spotify, on YouTube, Coming Through the Fire. I'm so glad that I hooked up with Jay. Hopefully, we'll do more music, but you can find our stuff, our collaboration and more Kung Lao stuff on Spotify, YouTube, and make sure you pick up Kung Fu Rockstar. Can't push that one enough. It's all about how me and Hosang, Danny, and Rich, Carlos, how we all grew up together, how that shaped Mortal Kombat, and how we're sitting here today and talking about Mortal Kombat, hip hop. So Hosang, Liu Kang was he was big into battling back in the day.
Oh shit! I didn't know that. Really? Oh, wow! Look at that.
Yeah.
We got footage of that.
There might be some footage, but it does exist better in myth and legend. We were our own b-boy crew, and this is back in the day.
Shit!
Dan was is really into breakdancing and hip hop. I know that.
It's brilliant.
So
can we get Hosang on the show with us, or is he hard to get a hold of?
He's a little bit harder to get a hold of. He's closer to you right now. He lives most of his time in Cali.
Is he on Facebook? Maybe I can hit him up.
Yeah, hit him up on Facebook.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun. Have Liu Kang and Kung Lao on the same panel talking about the movie, with of course Kano below us. But support Marquez, sir. That's right. Thank you for hanging out with us today. That's right. Cryptik Soul in the house, baby. That's right.
Yeah.
Movie Dojo Army, make sure you support the upcoming work from Marquez, Master Marquez, and Cryptik Soul. Look out for this badass album. Get it now.
Yeah.
He's dressing up as Jason Voorhees, son. What else do you need? Jason Voorhees, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. What else do you need? All right, what else do you need?
What else you need? You need this, man. Look, let me just show you right here.
Ooh, what we got?
You need this.
Oh, shit. Love it. Also, got to support our boy here. That's right. Yeah. Exiled, coming soon, son. That's all real blood from his opponents that he beat up in the film.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. And, got to keep an eye out for Exiled, you guys. We're all going to support this film that's coming out, directed by Ranjit Mara. A lot of badassity.
Look how happy
you allowed this to happen, right? Jay, you allowed this, right?
Nah, look, man, I wanted to go to the toilet and Nick didn't really allow me to, so yeah.
Oh man, this was a lot of fun. All right, guys, I had a blast. Marquez, Master Marquez, Cryptik Soul, you guys are always welcome to come back anytime. Hit me up, and we'll do this again. We see all you badasses next time. Take care, guys. Don't go anywhere yet. See you guys later. See you guys Thursday. Versus episode, 6 p.m. Pacific time.